Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Everything is fine. No issues with anything, right? Okay. I'm fine, guys. Yesterday I was not able to take up the class because I was suffering from food poisoning itself. So due to that, I was not able to get up from the bed itself. If I was getting up from the bed, I was just going to the toilet. So today I'm feeling well a little bit more. I've taken up my pills and my medications as well, so there shouldn't be any issues today. So today our aim is to get started with our project, guys. For our project, I've taken up a very basic project, very like conceptually understandable project itself. We are going to use a machine learning model, that is our linear regression model itself, to figure out a predictive analytics model on the relationship between the sales and the advertisement data. Like how much advertisements are you running and how much sales are you able to get from those advertisements, and finding a predictive model on top of it for a dietary weight control company. Okay, so basically, using diet to control your weight, that is basically the company itself that sells the products for. It runs a lot of advertisements on the internet itself. On the base of those advertisements, you get some amount of sales. So depending upon this information, the relationship between the sales and the advertisement itself, we are going to utilize that to create a predictive model using linear regression that gives us a prediction that, okay, if you are doing so and so, if you are investing so and so money inside of advertisements, you will be able to get so and so sales itself. That will be the aim of this particular bootcamp, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand it, guys? Please let me know. Everybody is able to understand it, right? Great, guys. Awesome. So those guys who are late, please, guys, if you are late, please do not ask me to repeat myself. I have not said anything that is like very different, right? Guys, please be on time and listen to me properly. There's nothing too difficult that I have told you guys right over here. I'm just giving you the problem statement of the project. There is a company that basically is based off like dietary plans to reduce weight. That they will create a diet, they will create what should you eat and everything else to reduce your weight itself. That is the company. That company runs a lot of digital advertisements itself. They spend some money on advertisements, and on the basis of that, they receive sales right over there, right? So we have both the numbers, how much we have spent on advertisements and how much sales have we got right over there. And we are going to utilize these numbers. We are going to utilize these numbers to create a predictive algorithm using linear regression itself to predict that, okay, if you are spending this much on advertisements, you should receive this much via sales itself. That is the relationship that we want to get, and we are going to use linear regression for doing that. That is the aim of our today's project. That is the concept of our today's project itself, guys. And with that, we'll be starting off with our today's project. So again, we'll be choosing Google Colab right over here, guys. So we'll be opening up Colab right over here. Colab .research.google.com, and we'll be going towards our new notebook itself, guys. We'll be going towards our new notebook. So it should open up a new notebook for us, guys, in a second or two. Okay, and we'll connect our Google Colab with the backend as well. The same things that we used to do before, and itself I'm doing the exact same thing. Okay, so now let's get started. First, we need to install some packages of Python that are going to help us throughout our way. Now, what does a package of Python basically mean? So, libraries, you call it as libraries itself in Python. So, think about it as some of the tasks that you want to do in Python. that has already been created by somebody else. Okay, for example, let's assume that I want to deal with numerical data. Okay, I want to deal with numerical data itself. Now, for numerical data, to deal with numerical data, there's a lot of different like algorithms that are there that helps to make sure that your like numbers are getting calculated way faster than how you normally calculate it. For example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, you're doing it in a very like old manner itself. There are other algorithms that are out there that do it very fast, and somebody has already implemented those algorithms. Somebody has written all that code and created a library for you which contains various different tools for you to use to do that exact same stuff very efficiently, very fast, and with less number of code as well. You don't have to write all the code by yourself. These are called as libraries. Just like you are having a library of books, you are having thousands of books inside of those library. In similar way, these libraries, for example, NumPy, Matlablib, pandas, contain thousands of different methods, thousands of different functions itself that you can directly utilize to do your own work very fast, very efficiently. The first particular library that we need is the NumPy library. So we need to import it. We need to tell Python that get me this library. I need to use this library itself. Get me this library. So import NumPy. Now this particular library is used to provide fast numerical array and structure and operations functions. So basically, when you are dealing with array type of data, okay, matrix type of data itself, 2 by 2 matrix, 3 by 3 matrix, these type of data when you're dealing with, NumPy gives you the fastest methodologies, fastest particular functions that you can do operations on these matrix or array based data itself. So we are going to name a instead of writing NumPy every time we want to use this particular library, instead of writing NumPy again and again and again, we're going to give it a nickname, guys. We are going to give it a nickname right over here. Let's call it as NP. By default, we usually call NumPy as NP, guys. Okay. So we are giving NumPy a nickname that is NP, and instead of writing NumPy every time we want to use it, we are going to write NP right over there. Similar to that, the next particular library that we want to install right over here is the pandas library. Okay, now your data at all times gets stored in like a format of an Excel sheet. Most of you guys must have seen an Excel sheet, right? Most of you guys must have seen an Excel sheet, right? Please let me know. So to deal with this Excel sheet type of data itself inside of Python, you have another data type of yours called as pandas. Pandas helps, it provides you the tools for data storage, data manipulation, and data analytics tasks, wherein your data is stored in a very different format itself. So pandas will be able to help you out with that type of data itself, guys. Okay, so we are going to import our pandas library as well, pandas, and again we are going to call it, we are going to give it a nickname that is pd. We're going to nickname it as pd itself. Okay, sir, is it necessary to use NumPy as only NP, or we can use other names? You can use other names as well. By the default nicknames that we provide, default aliases that we provide is NP and PD. But you can use others as well, that is up to you. But by default, we use NP and PD. It makes your code similar to every single other coder as well. Use always NP and PD because of that. The third particular library that we are going to use is Matlablib. Okay, Matlablib basically provides you the access to create plots inside of Python. Matlablib, another library inside of Python, helps you create plots, bar graphs, line graphs, plot graphs, your point graphs, all these different graphs that you have learned up till this point of time. Those graphs you can create inside using Python itself using Matlablib. So we are going to import matlablib.pyplot. .pyplot as plt. So we are going to import this as well, and we are going to put up a magic function right over here that is matlablib inline. So plt is basically the nickname. Okay, magic usage error. line magic function not found. Okay, we'll just remove it. We are not supposed to use it, I guess. We'll just remove it. So now it is working absolutely fine. There's no issues with that, right? Okay, great. The next particular thing that what's the difference between matplotlib and matplotlib.pyplot? So my matplotlib as a library can help you create plots for various different programming languages, not just for Python, for various different programming languages itself. For our purpose, we want to create Python plots, right? We want to create graphs in just Python itself. So that is the reason why we are doing pyplot, because we want to create pyplot itself, guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, so the data that we want to get in from, we are going to search it right over here, econometrics. Econometrics, intro, sales. I think so that is what I need to search for. Yeah, I got it. So this is the sales data that we are having right over here, guys. Okay. So I just searched for three particular words: econometrics, intro, sales. I'm going to give it to you guys right over here as well. So I can just give you guys the link. Why to give you guys that? So this is the link of the website that is there, guys. I am providing you guys with a link for the same. I pinned it up in the comment section in the live chat itself, guys. This is where you will be able to get the data for that we are going to use right over here. Okay, this is the data that we are going to go use right over there, guys. I've provided you guys with the data as well. So we'll just download it from right over here, guys. Sales.txt. We'll save it. We will name. So we need to provide it with a name, guys. So what name should we provide to our data? Let's name it as sales, right? Name it as sales itself, sales, sales.txt file, right? I think so that should be fine, right? Sales.txt. Just fine, guys. No issues whatsoever, right? Great. So now that we have downloaded our sales.txt itself, we need to upload it. We are going to go inside of these folders. Okay, file like structure. This is a folder like structure on the left hand side, right? This is a folder on the left hand side section itself. Okay, so we'll just click on this and then we are going to click on this upload button. Okay, we are going to click on this upload button, guys, and then we are going to select the download that we have done right now. Okay, where did I save my download? Even I forgot about it, I think so. Dude, where is it? I've genuinely forgotten where. Okay, here it is. Sales.txt. We'll open this up right over here. Okay. As you're able to see, sales.txt has been uploaded right over there, guys. Right? Sales.txt has been uploaded right over there. So this is our data is right over here, guys. Our data is right over here. We are going to click on these three dots, guys. On the right hand side, if you hover over your sales.txt, you will be able to see these three dots right over here, guys. Click on it and click on copy path. Click on copy path. Hover over it. Click on the three buttons. Then click on copy path right over here, guys. This will copy the path to that particular folder, guys. Now we are going to provide, we are going to save that as a thing itself. So we are going to provide it a path right over here, guys. So path, no, let's name it as lock. Okay, lock is equals to, and we'll provide that path right over here. Content slash sales.txt. That is the path that we are going to give it to it. Okay, that whatever link that I copied, right over here, I went, I hovered over it, I click on the three button, I click on copy path. That I'm saving inside of a variable called as LOC, guys. That I'm saving it inside of a variable called as LOC. That's what I'm doing. Then I'm going to create my data frame, guys. I'm going to create my data frame. Data frame is something that again a variable. It is the format in which pandas will read this data, read this sales.txt data, and will convert it into a format that is readable and understandable by Python. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Content, is it the default location address? Absolutely default. I've not changed anything. I've just uploaded a file. I've just copied the part to it. I've not changed anything right over there. It's the default location itself. So right over here, guys, what is going to happen is that pandas is going to read this sales.txt data, and it is going to convert it into a data that is understandable by Python. Okay, and that I'm naming it as data frame. That is the variable name that I'm giving it to you. Giving it to that particular data itself. So I'm going to call PD. Okay, that is pandas. That is the nickname that we have assigned to pandas, as you are able to see right over here. PD.read CSV. This is the method of pandas that we are going to use. That is read CSV. Now we have to specify where is that particular like data present, right? It is present in the LOC, right? Location that we have provided to it. It is present at the location LOC, right? That is where it is provided to it. The separation, we need to provide it as \t itself. And there is no header. So HEADER header is equals to none. And no, I think so. This is fine. There is no issues with that. Okay, so what we have done right over here is that read CSV. So usually your Excel sheet type of data or your text-based data itself are categorized into a CSV data set. They are categorized into a CSV, comma separated values. Okay, so for example, if I go to a particular file, I create a txt file, notepad, or not node.js, notepad. Very sorry. Okay. If I go to notepad, if I start writing some stuff down right over here, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I go down, then 1, I'll just copy this down 2-3 times. As you're able to see, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Okay, 8 columns and 6 rows, guys. These values have been separated by commas, right? These values have been separated by commas itself. Are you guys able to understand this? This is the first column with all ones, second column with all twos, third column with all threes, and so on and so forth. And each row is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values. So these are our rows, our columns, and our row values that are there, and they have been separated by commas right over here. And if I remove those commas, right, with a space itself, that basically makes it a txt data. It basically makes it a txt data where the separation is using a space itself. Using a space. If you go to your, don't save. If you go to your file itself, guys, if you go to your file right over here, you are able to see that the values have been separated using just space. There is nothing else. There's no commas right over there. It has been separated. So you are having 2 rows, 2 columns and 36 rows, guys. 2 columns and 36 rows, and they have been separated by spaces. So that is what we are saying right over here as well. That read this particular file, read this CSV file, which is present at this particular location called as LOC. It is present at this particular location called as LOC. The separation has been done by a space, so that we are denoting by a \t itself, that is space, and there is no header. Are we saying that this is like inside of the sales.txt data? Are you able to spot any kind of header right over here? That okay, this is the sales number, this is the what do you call it as advertisement number. Are we having any header right over there? Inside of an Excel sheet, you put up a header, right? That this is your roll number, this is your name itself. Are you able to see any kind of header right over there? No, right? There's no presence of any kind of header right over here, right? So that is the basic thing that we are telling to pandas right over there. If you are running this particular line of code, we shouldn't get any errors. Let us see if everything worked properly or not. So what we're going to do is first we are going to print the shape. Okay, that is how many number of rows, how many number of columns are there inside of our data frame. So pandas has now converted this txt data into a data frame. Our df basically contains our new format of data that can be accessed using the df variable itself. Now what we're going to do is we are going to print the number of columns and number of rows of our data frame itself. That is the shape of our data frame. Okay, the shape of our data frame, number of rows and number of columns, guys. So we are going to print df dot shape. Now, what do you think should be the number of rows and number of columns, guys? Please let me know. What do you think should be the number of rows and number of columns, guys? Please let me know. What do you think should be the number of rows or number of columns, guys? Please let me know. 36 rows and 2 columns, right? Let us run this. Let us check what happens. It is showing us 36, 1. There's some bug that has happened right over here. I think so. There is some issues. Let me just check, guys. I think so. I made a mistake. It should come up at 36, 2. Let me print out df once. Df and df.head. Let me check this out. This shouldn't be an issue. It is saving both of them as one itself. Why? What happened right over here? Is this not working for us? I don't think so. This should not get. The separation is coming up. Token size expected. Backslash t. That is perfect. It is not a comma separated value. It should be a backslash t itself. Shouldn't be any issues with this. Then why is it not working? Is problem right over here. Yeah, you guys can do this in any kind of mobile phone or something that you are having. You don't have to worry about that. Let me check if the data that we have defined is it not coming up properly. Check. It is having a space in the middle. Why is it not working? Okay. Should have been. No, it isn't comma separated value. This is for the tab that is there because the data that is being showed is in the format of spaces, right? So I've taken up a tab right over there, guys. Okay. So that is not a problem. No, .txt data, it is fine, guys. That is not a problem itself. There's some other problem that is happening right over there. Let us remove this particular person. Lavish, that means you have not run the line. You have to run the line as well. So without SIP, it won't work. We have to tell it that the separation is via tab itself. Otherwise, because we are telling it that it's a CSV, it will consider it as a comma itself. This shouldn't be a problem. Why is it coming as a problem itself? Let me check, guys. Let me check. Let me see. No issues in that. We have a lot of time. Why are you causing a problem here? Did I cause a problem with? Yeah, I'm correct. The code is correct. There's no issues with the correct. I'm very confident with the code itself. There's some issue with the data that is happening right over there. I'm not able to understand it. So can we check if the data is text? The data is text itself, of course. See, for txt as well, we use read CSV itself. There's no issues in that. The data is separated by tabs. Okay, the data is separated by tabs itself. What is the problem that is coming up? I'm not able to understand why. It basically took all that into a single format itself. That is what it did. That shouldn't have happened right over there, according to me. Right, double spaces or three spaces, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that itself. Okay, let me try to see what fucking mistake did I did. What are you doing, Soryasina? What are you doing? By using /s plus, it is showing 2. We try that as well then. Check what it is showing right over here. Showing 2. Let's check what is it showing right over here. Now it is working absolutely fine. The spaces seems not to be uniform. Yeah, that is what I am also able to identify. So what is happening right over there is that the spaces that are there. So usually when you give 4 spaces, it is called as a tab. Okay, a tab basically means 4 spaces. So I think so there is no uniformity inside of the data when it comes to the tab itself. So due to that reason, we will not able to get the right answer. For example, right over here, the tabs that should be there, I think so it is like everywhere it should be 4 spaces. That basically means one tab. The meaning of one tab itself, I think so in some places there might be 1 or 2 spaces missing here and there. Due to that, it was not able to identify all the data inside of a tab itself. So what some of the students have suggested to me is to use spaces, like whenever there's a space, that basically means there is a separation itself. So for /s plus basically means identify multiple spaces out there. So that has supposedly worked right over there. Okay, so instead of using for /t, we will be using /s plus. Thank you so much, two of the people, Metro Data as well as okay, so that was just Metro Data itself. Thank you so much, Metro Data, for identifying that problem. Now, as you're able to see, if you are running this, if you are going to the next particular line itself, df.shape, that is coming up with our shape of the proper data set that we wanted, that is 36 rows and 2 columns itself. And once we are heading df.head, df.head basically will provide you with the first 5 rows of your data. Will show you the first 5 rows of your data itself, just 5 rows. Now, if you specify like 20 right over here, it will show you the first 20 rows as well. By default, if you don't specify anything, it will show you the first 5 rows. Okay, so if you don't specify anything, it will show you the first 5 rows itself. So you are able to see that everything is working out absolutely fine. There is no issues with anything up till this point of time. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Now, because there was no header inside of the data, as you are able to see, there is no header inside of the data. We are going to introduce a column name. Okay, as you're able to see, there is no header inside of the data. We want to introduce some column names right over there. So we are going to write df.columns is equals to, and then we are going to identify the 2 column names, that is sales, comma, advertising. Okay, so because there is no header, we want to put up some column names right over there. To do that, we just select our data frame and then we select the columns that we want to add right over there. And just selecting the 2 column names, that is sales and advertising itself. And we will run this and then we'll print it out again, df.head, to see the first 5 rows itself. As you're able to see, we are getting the first 5 rows with the sales and the advertising names as well for the columns. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you able to see this, guys? Please let me know. Now we will look at some of the statistics that we are having right now, guys. Okay, statistics about our sales data as well as our advertisements data as well. Because data is basically what? Maths, right? Everywhere you are able to see maths all around you. So right now, guys, we want to see some of the statistics behind that as well. So for that, we have another particular method, that is df.describe. This will give us the statistics for each of our columns itself. That is statistics for our sales data, statistics for our advertising data as well. So if we run this, as you're able to see, it will provide us with the statistics data. For example, count, there are 36 counts of sales, 36 counts of advertisement. The mean sales that we are able to get is 24.255556. The advertising, we are having the 28.52 something. The standard deviation has been given right over here. The minimum has been given right over here. What is the 25th percentile, the 50th percentile, the 75th percentile? What is the maximum value that is there as well, has been given to you guys. Okay, so this is basically, if you want to look at the statistics, some of the basic statistical knowledge that you want to get, you can get it from using the describe method itself. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. So right now, guys, what do we want to know? We want to know that to achieve a particular sales, how much advertising do we want to do? Are you guys able to understand this? To do a particular sales itself, how much advertisements do we want to do? That is what we want to understand. So what will be our X and what will be our Y, guys? Can you guys let me know? What will be our X and what will be our Y? If you want to find out that, okay, if I'm investing if I want to get 500 rupees, how much advertisement should I run? How much money should I pour into advertisements itself? So what will be your X and what will be your Y, guys? Please let me know. What will be your X, guys, and what will be your Y? Think about it, guys. Think about it. That's great, Supreet. The X will be sales and the Y will be advertisements itself, guys. Amazing. So for that, DF, we have to select the column that is sales. And from that column, we just want the values. We just want the values that are present inside of the sales column itself, guys. That is what we are X is. That is what our X is. So values. Okay. So from X is basically your DF. We want to select the column that is your sales column. And inside of that, we want the values of that column itself. Similar to that, for Y, it will be our advertising. I'll just copy it from right over here. That will be our X and Y values, guys. That will be our X and Y values. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these X and Y values. I'm going to use Matlablib itself to create a plot that will showcase like a point plot itself, that okay, if this was the sales that we got, then this is the advertisement that we had to run, and so on and so forth. We'll be plotting this entire X and Y data on a graph. Okay, that is what we want to do right over here. So for this, we are going to use a scatter plot. Okay, we are going to use a scatter plot. Now, a scatter plot is basically like you are having X and Y values. So point the plot for that, because in a particular graph, you are having X axis and Y axis. You're having the values. So point the plot for that. So that is basically called as a scatter plot itself inside of Matlablib. So plt.scatter scatter, that is the name of the plot that we want to build right over here. We want to provide it with the X and Y data. Usually your Y is in small letters itself. Always remember that. It's not in capital letters. It is usually in small letters itself. So we are going to provide it with the X value and the Y value right over here. We want the plots that we want to be like in blue color, let's assume. So let's take up our color as blue. Where is our COLOR color? Let us take it up as blue. And we'll put up a label as well, guys. Label, let's put it up as scatter plot. SCATTR PLOT plot. I think so that should be more than sufficient for our label as well. I don't think so there should be any issues with that, right? The label is correct, right? The scatter plot, I think so, is a good label. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, the next thing that we have to see is our title of this plot itself, guys. Okay, so the title plt.title title, will name this as the relationship between sales and advertisement. Okay, so relation ship ptwen sales and advertisement. Rising. Is it not getting pasted? Control C, Control V. Okay, next thing that we are going to put up is the labels. So for example, you're having a chart like this, then you need to have a label, right? What is the X representing? What is the Y representing, right? You need to provide it, okay, sales, advertising, right? So that labels that you need to provide, so plt.x label, I will provide it as sales. Nikita, I told you to message me on LinkedIn. Then we'll provide it plt.ylabel label, we'll provide it with the advertising, and then we'll ask it to show the plot to us. So plt.show show, that is the one that we want to run. We'll run this. Let's see if it prints up the plot for us or not. So this is the plot that we are able to get. It is way too big for us. So this is the plot that we are able to get. Are you guys able to see the plot, guys? Please let me know. Nikita, first of all, I told you that I'm not well yesterday. I was suffering from food poisoning. This is not the right platform for you to write anything. Okay? You have been given support numbers and everything out there. So are you guys able to see the plot, guys? Are you guys able to see the plot right over here? There's no issues with that, right? Great, guys. Now there is a problem that is there, guys. If we see our data, okay, if we see our data right over here, we are going to write x.shape, guys, x.shape shape right over here, and we'll run this. Oh shit, did I make any error right over there? Tuple object not callable. What happened? Okay, sorry. X dot shape right over here. Okay, so as you're able to see, it is showing 36 comma nothing. Okay, is able to see this? Please let me know. You're getting 36 comma nothing itself. Similar to that, if we are running y dot shape as well, it is coming to us as 36 comma nothing. Now, there's a problem right over here. Since we are working with only one feature variable, that is x and y itself, that is x itself, so we need to reshape it using the numpy method, that is reshape method. It specifies the first dimension to be -1, which basically means unspecified, that whatever it was, it should remain the exact same. And we want to change the next particular number to 1 itself. Okay, we want it to be 36 comma 1 because we want to take it one row at a time itself. One particular variable at a time. There's just one row, right? We want to reshape it into that particular method itself. Okay. So what we need to do right over here is that we need to reshape it by writing x is equals to x dot reshape, okay, and then minus 1 comma 1. In a similar way, we need to do the exact same thing with y as well. We just need to reshape it so that we are able to get 36 comma 1, guys. So if we are doing this and then we are printing out the exact same thing once again itself, that is x dot shape, okay, and y dot shape itself, you are able to see that we are getting 36 comma 1, y dot shape, and we're getting 36 comma 1 as well, guys, right? No issues in that. Why is the y value always in lowercase and x value in uppercase? See, that is something that all the programmers do. You can put it up in, these are variable names. You can name it as anything that you want. But the reason that why we do it is as because there's a difference between a dependent variable and an independent variable itself. And here the dependent variable is x, and we need to find out the solution for y. So y hat y. So for that we use y as small and x as capital. There's not a very big relationship between it, but yeah, we have to do it. Why minus 1 to 1? It's not minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 basically says that, okay, 36 needs to be the exact same. Okay. Minus 1 basically says that I'm keeping up the number of rows as unspecified. I'm not specifying how many minus 1 number of rows. Does it exist? Think about it. Minus 1 number of rows. Does it exist? No. That basically means unspecified. I'm not specifying how many number of rows I want. Okay, I'm not specifying how many number of rows I want. That means whatever the number of rows were, I want to keep it as the same itself. But the number of column, I want to change it to 1. The number of column, I want to change it officially to 1 itself. So that no matter how the data has been changed, it is now in the exact same format that I want, that is 36 comma 1 and 36 comma 1. Are you guys able to understand this right now? Please let me know. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So the next thing that we are going to move further from is going towards ripping our guidebooks into two separate parts. Do you remember that? The training data and the testing data, guys. Do you remember that? Ripping our guidebooks into two separate parts itself. You guys remember that? Ripping our guidebooks into two separate parts, guys. What does 0 column mean? There is no value of 0 column, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to rip our data, our 36 data points itself into two separate parts. That is our training data and our testing data itself, guys. For that, we are going to import from sklearn.model selection import train test split. So to do that, okay, to do the taking up a guidebook and tearing it into two parts, that is your train and test itself, sklearn, one of the other libraries inside of Python itself. Okay, this is meant for machine learning. This is built, this library exists just for everything related to machine learning itself. So it provides you with a method inside of its model selection part itself. It provides you a method called as train test split itself, guys. It allows you to just tear the entire your data into two parts. That is your training data and your testing data. Now, many of you guys are asking, so how would you remember all these things itself? So it's as simple, practice. That's the only way you can remember it. The more that you practice, the more projects that you work upon, you start remembering stuff. That is the only way of remembering it as well. So x underscore train, comma x underscore test, comma y underscore train, comma y underscore test is equals to train test split, and we are going to provide it with some data right over here. provided with the X and the Y data. That is the data that we want to watch. Okay. Is somebody facing any kind of problem right over here? What is the issue? Is anybody facing some kind of problem, guys? What is the issue? All clear, right? There's no issues with anything. I don't think so. There should be any issues, right? See, guys, this is not that hard. Okay, just make sure that you are able to understand the stuff in a proper manner. When you provide it with X and Y, the next thing that you need to provide it with how much data you want to send into the test area. Like when you're tearing the guidebook, how much you want to keep for the training data, how much you want to keep for the testing data itself, right? So for that, we are going to provide it with a test size. Okay, test underscore size, and we are going to provide it with a value of 0.33. That is 33% of the data. Okay, 33% of the data should go to the test side, and the rest of the data should go towards the training side itself. The next thing that we need to provide it is basically your random state, guys. Okay, we'll provide it with a random state of 42. Now, why random state as 42, guys? Why random state? What is this random state? See, every time you are running this particular code, every time you're doing this test train split itself, in that particular case, the data gets jumbled up. The data gets jumbled up, and then you divide it into 77 whatever the case is. Like, how much is it? Let me just calculate. 67% and 33%. Okay, you divide it, you first randomly jumble up the entire data itself, and then you divide it into 77%, 67% and 33%. Setting up a random state basically will help you to do that particular entire jumbling of the data, and it will always be consistent. You will always get the same train, you will always get the same test data. It will never be changing because all the questions are first jumbling up. That jumbling up happens using this random state itself. So that will always be the same. Can we change the test price into 0.2 or other? You can, of course, that is up to you. Here I'm taking up a test of 0.33. That is up to you guys to figure out. The random state as well, you guys can change. That is up to you guys to do it, not to me. Okay. Why 42? Because that is usually the number that I prefer while creating projects. But you guys can change it according to you itself. Okay. See, again, guys, that is up to you, not up to me. Okay. So yeah. So now let us see the our things itself. So x underscore train dot shape. I will check this for the others as well. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Next test y dot train y underscore. So we are able to see this shape of everyone. So 24, 12, 24, 12. These are the X train, X test, Y train and Y test that we have seen. Now, of course, X train and Y train should have the same amount of data, that is 24, 24. X test and Y test should have the exact same amount of data, that is 12 and 12. So everything is working absolutely fine up till here. There is no issues of any particular kind up till this point of time. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. The next thing that we are going to do right over here is that we are going to use from sklearn dot linear underscore model import linear regression. Okay, this is the model that we are going to use. This is the machine learning model that we are going to use right over there itself, guys. Okay, and yeah, so 24 plus 12 is 36, of course. Why sklearn? Again, I will tell sklearn is the library for machine learning that contains everything related to machine learning inside of Python. So from that, we are selecting the linear models itself. And for that, we are selecting the linear regression model in particular. Now we are going to like initialize it. We are going to save it inside of a variable called as lm, because I don't want to write linear regression every single time. Bablis, I've already explained what's the difference between train and test data itself in one of my previous lectures. So if you are not paying attention right over there, you will not be able to understand it right over here as well. Again, everything is very interconnected to each other. Whatever I've taught in the previous classes, that is all that I'm using right over here. I'm not introducing anything new. Okay, so linear, let me just copy it by 2. Linear regression. So the method, I'm just saving it inside of this variable called as lm, because I don't want to use the exact same thing again and again, guys. Okay, I don't want to write linear regression again and again. So lm dot fit, and I'm going to fit my x train and y train. So I'm basically giving my training data to my linear regression algorithm that, okay, learn from this. Is a x train, comma, y train. So the training data, the guidebook with the questions to learn, I'm giving it to my model right over here to learn from. Okay, and y underscore pred, that is your predictions. Okay, your predictions that are coming up from the model. So once the model has learned something, it will then we can use that learnings to do some predictions, right? So we are going to ask the model to predict. So lm.predict predict the values that we should get for x underscore test. Okay, we are predicting the values that we should get for x underscore test. We know that the real values is y underscore test, right? That is the real values that we should have gotten. And y pred is basically the predicted values by our linear regression algorithm itself. Okay, so if we are running this, it will learn from the model, it will predict something. So ypred will also be coming up right over there. Now what we'll be doing is we will be trying to plot this out. So first of all, let us see what it printed, what we got as ypred. So this is the value that we are getting via ypred, guys. This is what we are getting inside of ypred. Okay, these are the 12 values that we were able to get from ypred, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to see this, guys? Please let me know. These are the predictions that are coming up, guys. These are the predictions that are coming up to us. Let us try to print, let us try to see it visually as well. Let me try to do that. So I'll just take up the same thing from the previous one itself. I don't want to redraw it again. I'll just copy this from right over here. Sometimes it's better to copy and paste something rather than rewrite everything to save some time. Okay, so right over here we are just plotting the x and y values just like before, but this time we are also going to create a line as well that is going to represent the predicted values for us. Okay, the predicted values that are coming up from our function itself, from our plot itself. So let us do that. So plt dot plot, that will create the line plot for us to show the predicted line, the model itself. Okay, we're going to take up the x underscore test values right over here and y prediction values. That is the line that we want to draw. We'll create it from the color. We should choose the red color, I guess. I don't know. Let us take up the red color. Let's see how that goes on. We'll take up the red color right over here. We'll give it a line width. Okay, line width of 3 pixels. So that is 3. That it is a little bit thick as well so that we are able to see the line. We'll give it a label of linear regression line. Okay, LM line. Okay, that is more than sufficient for us to understand, I guess. I think so. It should be absolutely fine. Let us run this. Let us see what is coming up on our screen. So this is the line that is coming up for us, guys. Are you guys able to see this line? Please let me know. This is the prediction line that is coming out in for us, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So according to the plots, you guys are able to see the prediction line that is coming for us. And this is what our best fit line was coming to us directly. Now, as you're able to see, I didn't did any kind of gradient descent. I didn't did any kind of error calculation. All that was done directly by our linear regression model. Because all those code is already written by somebody else behind this particular line. Behind this particular function, all that code is written by somebody else. I just have to use it. And it's as simple as that. Machine learning is not at all complicated, guys. Machine learning is not at all complicated. You don't have to worry about it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. So this is the project that I want you guys to do. Okay. Many of you guys were asking, sir, video, will it be available for us or not? So on YouTube, if you go to our channel itself, you have some time and you go to our channel right over here. Okay. Right over there inside of your content call as live. Okay. Instead of content call as live itself, you will be able to see all the videos up till this point of time. Every single video that we have done, every single bootcamp live that we have had up till now, right over here together. So this is the video that you are currently watching right now. So you will be able to rewatch this video with lifetime access. You don't have to worry about it. Right now, I will be creating your attendance link. You will be having 5 minutes to fill up your attendance link, guys. I'll be giving you guys the attendance link right now. Give me a second or two. Okay, day 7. Okay, so there are two things, guys. You need to understand one thing. For this particular bootcamp, according to your attendance itself, you will be receiving your Microsoft and your DevTown certificate. In the next 2 to 3 days, you will be receiving your Google, Microsoft and your DevTown certificate according to that. Okay, your Google certificate that is there. Okay, your Google certificate that is there will be given to you guys after. Okay, after you have done your project submission. So whatever project that we have did today, whatever project that we did today, you have to build the exact same project with the exact same numbers, the exact same code, and submit it to us to get the like Google certificate. Without that, you will not be receiving the Google certificate itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Do let me know. There are two ways. Like I can give you guys two options to get the Google certificates. Whatever you say, I will keep that as the option itself. First one of the option is whatever project that we did, you do the exact same project and you get the certificates. As simple as that. That is one of the methods that is there. The second particular method is become a part of our community, help the community grow itself and get the certificate. What is the better option for you? Please let me know. Himanshu Gupta can definitely join the program itself. There's no issues in that. Which particular one? Should we create a poll, guys? Let's create a poll. Okay. How to get Google certificate? Project submission. Help if down. That is a very bad thing to ask. But yeah, these are the two options available to you guys. Okay. Either you, on the basis of your project submission, you'll get the certificate, but there will be a deadline for that. You will be having 3 to 4 days to complete the project. If you are not able to complete the project in the 3 to 4 days, you will not be able to get the certificate. The second particular thing would be that as a community, that is a non-profitable community, we don't have any kind of help that we have. So you guys can help us in circulating the messages for DevTown for other people to know about it as well, to help some of our people to reach out to more number of people as well, to help them as much as possible. So these are the two ways in which you can get the Google certificate. So whatever you guys say is the method that you want to go further with, we will choose that particular method itself. Even if you want to go further with project, then your certificate for Google will be coming to you guys in the next 3 to 4 days if you submit the project within the deadline. If you are not able to finish the project within the deadline, you will not be able to get the certificate. You will have to do the exact same project. You will have to do the exact same particular things itself. You don't have to change anything inside of the project. So when will the new batch for full stack development start? Am I able to get the internship? Of course, yes, Himanshu. If you are enrolling, then yes. The new batch is going to start from 15th itself. The deadline will be, I think so, 10th of this particular month. That will be the deadline. Okay. The deadline for the project submission will be 10th of this particular month itself, guys. So let me give you guys the project submission link first. Give me a second. I'll just end the poll right over here. Let me create the project submission. Pick up one of these itself. Make a copy. Copy. No, not at all. You have to watch the video and create the project. Once again, the video is available to you guys with lifetime access. We are not changing anything right over there. Edit. To create the project, it will take you not more than half an hour. Okay, if you have listened to me properly, it will take you not more than half an hour to complete the entire project. Submission will be 10th of this particular month, that is June itself. Midnight. 10th of June, midnight would be very simple, I guess, for you guys. Copy this out. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V. Move this needed right over here. Okay, so again, guys, 10th June midnight will be this project submission deadline itself. You have to create the exact same particular project. You don't have to change anything inside of that. I've explained every single line of code line by line. The video is available to you guys with lifetime access itself. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so right over here, I'm going to provide you guys with the project submission link down in the description of the video. So you don't have to worry about that as well. Right over here, I'm going to edit the description. Okay, and project submission form, I'm just going to add it. Save. Now, if you refresh the page itself, you would be able to see the project submission link down in the description, guys. So this is the link that we are having right over here, guys. Okay, this is the video that you guys are currently watching. If you go to the description of the video itself, you will be able to see the project submission form right over here. You will be able to see the project submission form right over here, guys. So if you're not able to see it, just refresh the page itself, just refresh the video, you will be able to see it. Okay, so that is the project submission link down in the description of the video itself, guys. So if 10th midnight is the deadline for project submission, then by 13th, you'll be receiving all your certificates. Okay, by 13th of this month, you will be receiving all your certificates itself. Will that be fine, guys? 10th of midnight is the project submission deadline. 10th of midnight. By 13th, you will be receiving all your certificates. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know, guys. Great. Awesome. So I'll be providing you guys with the attendance link right now. Now the attendance link is in the live chat, guys. Yes, inside still the 1 month internship course is still available. If you are interested in that, I will provide you guys with the theme. Is an offline internship available? No, not at all, because the companies don't want to invest that much into students, right? That bringing them offline, handling all their costs, it's way above like 2-3 lakhs for them. They don't want to do that. That is the reason why we kept the entire internship and everything online itself. Okay, so for those students who are interested for the program itself, I'll provide you guys with the registration link right now. Do not worry about it. Okay, can I make an LinkedIn ID? Of course, yes. Everybody should have a LinkedIn ID, no matter how small or big you are. That is my basic thing. Like everybody should have their LinkedIn ID. So if you guys are still interested in the training and internship program, we still have some, I think so, 4 or 5 seats left right now. If you guys are still interested in the training and internship program, I'm providing you guys with the registration link as well as the WhatsApp link right over here, and I'm pinning it up in the comment section as well, guys. So you guys will be able to see it right over there. So I provided you guys with the link right over here, guys. Okay. So if you guys are present right over here as well, I forgot your name. Himanshu as well as Inside Steel. If you're still interested into the program, you guys can register yourself right over here. When we'll have to pay the full fees of industrial training program, you can pay it as soon as possible. There's no issues in that. Okay. How can we predict product length from training? Product length. What is the meaning of product length? I'm not able to understand. Where to do our project in Google Colab? Yes, in Google Colab itself. Okay. Which code will be there in project? Only today's? Yes, only today's. Work submit link provide down the description of the video itself. You will be able to see. Is it free help or join DevTown? I am not able to understand your question right over there. How much is the fee? The fee for the training and internship, like I said, is 7,500 rupees plus taxes. But the pre-registration fees is just 500 rupees itself. I will pay if we are a foreign country like Pakistan. Just contact on the WhatsApp number. They will be able to help you out with that. There's no issues in that. Okay. How can we do a project in GitHub? No, you have to do it in Collab itself. What is Sandbox link? I've changed it to Collab link. Okay. Hey Fatima, I had not changed it. I've changed it to Collab link. You can check it right now. It is changed to Collab link itself. Can we have a future bootcamp on Flask? Maybe, yeah, sure. There's no issues in that. Okay, how to submit the Google Colab link? Just take up the link of the Google Colab, paste it in that. That's it. It's as simple as that. Done with the attendance. That's great. You cannot submit it in TXT file. You have to submit it only in your link itself, Colab link itself. There's no other way in which you can submit it, guys. Okay. Can you extend the project submission to Sunday midnight? I have already done it to 10th midnight. I don't know what is 10th. 10th is a long way. You are having 8, 9, 10, 3 days, even tonight as well. Do you provide MERN stack? How is it different for full stack? See, just learning MERN stack, you will not be able to get a job. What we do is we teach you guys MERN stack. We teach you guys cloud computing with AWS. We teach you guys DevOps as well. And that is what full stack basically means. Full stack is basically meaning that all the pillars of web development that is there, we teach you everything. I will teach you how to integrate that to create a proper website. Using just MERN stack, you will be able to create just front end and back end. You cannot deploy it. You cannot orchestrate it. You cannot do anything, right? Pre-registration fees would be 500 plus taxes. Post-registration would be 7,000 plus taxes itself. How can we save the project progress on Collab? It gets automatically saved. Is there any condition on the 1 month guaranteed internship? You just need to complete the training. That's it. It's as simple as that. Saket, we have removed the second option itself, right? There's only one option, that is to submit the project. I said I will take up your aim right over here. How will be communicated about the industrial training through WhatsApp? What is the class schedule? So once you join the program, initially you will be contacted through WhatsApp itself to help you figure out everything. And then we have our own portal, our own LMS itself, where all the classes will be going on Zoom classes itself. It is already integrated. Are you teaching the full stack development? Of course, yes. I always teach that. The project is about today's program. Yes, absolutely same. Is it a live course or recorded? It is a completely live program itself for 3 to 4 months. And then you are having your training program. The live classes happens on Zoom every single day in the evening after 7 p.m. itself. But the recordings for that as well, we provided to you guys with lifetime access. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So I provided you guys with the registration. If you guys want to register the same, please do that. We still have some few seats remaining, and timings will be in the evening after 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time itself, because all the instructors are currently working in companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. So they have their office in the morning, so they take up the classes in the evening itself. So can we play in installments for the training? We have our EMI options as well. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay. What if something is on working on my computer and there are many students? How can you tackle how to help each and every student? That is the reason why the class goes on live right over there in Zoom classes. And after that as well, the instructor stays there for 1 hour so that every single student can ask their doubts one-on-one. So you don't have to worry about it. Of course, like if you are having some problem on your computer and you need me to solve it, you have something called as AnyDesk. Okay, just search for this, ANYDESK, AnyDesk. It basically helps me get access to your computer, and then I can help you with that as well. See, all these things are very simple, right? There's no issues with that. Like I said, guys, we have provided you guys with the registration link as well as the WhatsApp number. If you guys are interested, do reach out to us. It will be great if you guys are joining us as well. It will be completely Indian Standard Time, everything IST for the project submission as well. You don't have to worry about it. So thank you so much, guys. We'll be meeting in the next class and we'll be continuing from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. EMI options for international students. Yes, there it is there as well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye. Will the internship after industrial training be on site or off site? It will be completely online. It will be completely online because students are joining us from every single part of the world. We cannot have it offline itself. That is the reason why it is completely online. I'm a BTech 22 grad, but I'm still looking for an opportunity for IT. Which one can really help me out? Go with full stack development. Okay, go with full stack development. Do not look at anything else itself. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll continue right over there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.